Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to simplify fractions to its simplest form. So let us take an example here. In this example, we want to write 3a over 9 in its simplest form. So the way we want to do it is as follows. Step number 1. In step number 1, we're going to factor the numerator and the denominator. We're going to factor the numerator and the denominator. So 3a divided by 9. So in the numerator we have 3 times a, and in the denominator 9 we can write it out as 3 times 3. So when we have numbers in the numerator and numbers in the denominator, we can, if they are multiples of one another, we can cancel them out. Therefore, we are left with a in the numerator and 3 in the denominator. So, therefore, as step number 2, we're going to say a over 3 is the simplified form of 3a over 9. A over 3 is the simplified form. Let me write that here. Simplified form of 3a over 9. Let's look at another example. Let's say this time, let me write this with this another color. We want to write 15t over 15 in its simplest form. 15t over 15 in its simplest form. So the way we can write it out is as follows. Step number 1. We're going to factor the numerator and the denominator. In the numerator we have 15 times t, and in the denominator we have 15, which means 15 times 1. So when we have numbers in the numerator and denominator which are multiples of one another, we can cancel them out, leaving us with t over 1, which is same as t. So therefore, in step number 2, we're going to come back and then say t is the simplified form of 15t over t. So therefore t is the simplified form of 15t over 15. Okay, let's look at another example. In this example, let me clean it up. In this example, we have we want to write 28x. We want to write 28x divided by 21y. 28x divided by 21y in its simplest form. So therefore, as step number 1, we're going to factor the numerator and factor the denominator. So we can, as a first step, we have 28 times x divided by 21 times y. So if we were to look for a times table which has a common number between 21 and 28, if we can recall that 7 times 4 is 28 and 7 times 3 is 21. Therefore 7 is common between 21 and 28. Therefore we can write this one as 7 times 4 times x and the numerator. 7 times 4 is 28, and 7 times 3 is 21 times y in the denominator. So as we said, when we have numbers in the numerator and the numbers in the denominator which are multiples of one another, we can cancel them out, and they go into one another each one. They go into each other one time. Therefore, what we are left here is 4x. 4 times x is 4x in the numerator, and 3 times y is 3y in the denominator, and therefore that is where we want to leave it. So as step number 2, we can come back and then say 4x over 3y is the simplified form is the simplified form of the given problem, which is 28x over 21y. So this is how we want to be able to simplify fractions which are multiples, which have numbers in the numerator and denominator, which are multiples of one another, or if we have variables involved in them. In my next presentation, we shall see how to express proper fractions.